Hey there, April. I was told to send this video over to you as I understand that you handle all of the marketing needs there for Aspen Roofing. I wanted to send this over, and in this video, I'm going to show you 3 things that you can actually do today to help bring in more customers to your business. My name is Seleni McGregor, and I actually work with business owners across the state of Utah. I'm based out of Utah County myself, so just a little further south from you guys. But I put together this quick custom video for you about your online presence, specifically how you're stacking up against your competition. I'm sure at this point you're most likely sitting there asking yourself, why would she be doing this? What's the catch here? Well, that's a fair question. I have found that most local business owners are just too busy actually running their business. They're swamped with payroll, helping customers, answering questions, dealing with employees, and just staying on top of jobs, that many times learning how to leverage the internet to benefit their company just gets buried underneath all of the other to-dos. I'm sure that you know that with your role with all of the marketing needs, there's so much going on. And let's be real, half the time the only reason they haven't hired somebody maybe in this specific area is because they don't know who to trust or know who is truly an expert. So that is exactly why I make videos like this. I have found that by giving people an easy, free attack plan of things that they can actually do to impact their business for free, it's resulted in some of those local business owners still raising their hands and saying, hey, I like you, Seleni. Can you please just handle this for me? So if by the end of this video you've liked what you've heard and can see that I've got a lot of tricks up my sleeve that could help your business, shoot me a message back and we can chat. Or if at the end of this video you simply want to take this free attack plan that I gave to you and do it yourself, that totally works for me too. Now let's cover the 3 things that will set Aspen Roofing above your competition. First, it is content. Second, citations. And third, backlinks. So first up is content. So since Google isn't a human, it doesn't just know what you do. It needs to be told through your content. So content is going to be anything here that you can see on your homepage that is highlighted. So this can be text, pictures, whether your pictures are saved as, what's behind pictures, that can all be considered content. Now, to give you an example here, if we run up here, we can go, for instance, to this image. If we do a right click, save as, we can actually see what you've got this image saved as right here. So as far as right now, you can see there's nothing specific. This would be a great way to leverage high volume keywords by including them here in your detailed image descriptions in your saved images. Again, all of these things are things that the Google bots are able to read and basically get an idea of, okay, what is this business? What services are they offering? What areas are they targeting? And that could all help position you in the search ranking. So the goal is to have unique and authoritative content, and you want to be able to have enough of it to be able to add in the right keywords and key phrases that people are actually searching for in Google in order for somebody to find the services that you offer. Most business owners know they need content, but what they don't know is that in order to rank number 1 on Google for roofing, the average content count is 1,500 to 2,400 words on your homepage alone, while making sure that it contains the right keywords and phrases that your customers are actually searching for. When I copied your content in here and plugged it into a tool, I can see here that your homepage is sitting around 394 words on your homepage. Now, if we jump over here into one of the other top competitors here in the Salt Lake area, I plugged their content as well into my free tool here, and you can see that they are sitting around almost 1,200 words there on their homepage. Now, again, very beatable, just be able to increase that content count there. Now we're actually going to pivot a little bit, and we're going to go ahead and go over into one of my tools. This is called Ahrefs. It's a really cool tool. Typically costs a couple $100 per month if you guys are interested to go out and get this for yourself. But it essentially gives me behind the scene details that Google is looking at when it comes to ranking a site. And I can get a pretty good idea of what's working well for you and for your competition. So I did run a quick scan here of your top competitor here in that Salt Lake area, and we can see the overview initially of how they're doing. We can see how many keywords their website is being found for and what type of traffic their website is driving every single month. Now we're going to dive in here specifically and look more into their keywords. And we can take a look at the exact keywords that your competition is ranking for and what customers are actually searching for every month. So let's also go ahead, just to help visually, pull in Salt Lake here as well. So we want to pay attention here to the volume. You can also see in this position ranking column as well as the actual keywords column here. So you can see that they are ranking pretty high for several keywords here. but looking at the volume here, just to get an idea, we've got roof repair, Salt Lake City, 250 searches every month. Condo roof replacement, I didn't know it was a Salt Lake. Sorry, let's jump down to the Salt Lake ones. Roof replacement, Salt Lake City, 100 searches every single month. Roofing contractors, Salt Lake City, 150 every month. Roofing companies, 300 every month. Roofing Salt Lake City, 350. Salt Lake City Roofing Company, 100. As you see here, there are hundreds of people every single month in just the Salt Lake area alone searching for different roofing needs. Now, what would it be like if your business was getting all of that traffic, or even just a percentage of that traffic? What would that do for you guys? Now, if we want to jump over here into the same tool again, we can actually see I've got your website here plugged in, and we've got, see the same overview. We can see how many keywords are being found here on your website and what type of traffic it is driving in here. Now, again, let's dive in specifically in here to your keywords. Let's take a look at what you are being found for. Again, let's go Salt Lake. Okay, so we can see here what type of things that you're being found for. So you're being found for Easter events, Salt Lake. We do have Easter egg hunt, Salt Lake City, but specifically, that's not what you're really wanting to target here, right? Google thinks that that's what you're trying to be found for, but we know that you want to be found for roofing services, right? So it does look like you do have some roofing keywords that are being found for. We've got Salt Lake City roofing, 250. However, you are in the 66th position, so you're looking like 6th, 7th page Google. 7th page of Google for somebody to find you for that keyword. Again, you're being found for another great keyword, roofing Salt Lake City, but again, you're looking 7th or 8th page of Google in order to find you guys. And then roofer Salt Lake City, 100 search volume every single month, but you're being found on the 7th or 8th page of Google. Similarly down here, 81st and 99th position for all those Salt Lake City terms. So just, you've got a lot of volume going on here, but just not very much findability for your customers and what they're actually searching for here. So again, the first thing that you would want to do to beat out your competition online is making sure you're getting your website up to that minimum of 1,500 keyword-rich content here on your homepage, because that's what's helping drive your competitor's business, and it is 100% beatable if you get that done. Now, let's check out the next thing. Moving on to number 2. Let's jump over here into Google. I've actually got one of those high keywords, roofing Salt Lake City, plugged in here. First of all, of course, we can see this ads section. Here's the thing about ads. Ads can totally work, but they can also be a money pit if your foundation, like your website, isn't dialed in, or if customers are using an ad blocker. So just be really careful to not burn through any of your money through Google Ads unless you know for sure that your website is going to convert. So we're actually going to jump down here though below the ad section into this coveted map area. This area has a lot to do with the second important thing that we're going to talk about, which is citations. So you're probably asking yourself, okay, what is a citation? Why do they matter? Well, those are great questions. So this is called the Google Map Pack. I'm sure you've seen it. You've probably used this section, and maybe you've even thought to yourself, how can I get this business up on here? Well, great question, and that is about what I'm going to show you here. So to get yourself to the top 3, the number one thing that Google looks at is a thing called citations. So citations are super simple. They are just your business name, address, and phone number being listed on as many online directories as possible, like Yelp, Yellow Pages, CityStar, so on. Having citations like this helps Google to be able to verify you and then give relevance to your local business. So to push the business up here under the top 3 spots in the map pack, you just need to increase your citation game. When you get more citations than your competitor, especially from authoritative and industry-specific website, then you get credibility, and that boosts you and you gain more trust from Google, which therefore pushes you to the top above your competition. So you might be asking yourself, great, but how do I actually do that? Well, there are page tools like Whitespark or Bright Local that'll tell us exact directories that your competition is listed on, and we can go out and match what they're on. But again, we don't want to just match them, we want to dominate them. What we've seen is that most roofing companies that are here ranked at the top, we usually see them around 200 to 350 citations. So if you guys are pushed down below that, maybe 2nd, 3rd, 4th, I mean the other ones, 5th, 6th, 7th pages of Google, you might only have 10 to 40 citations. So we not only need to go get what we need to match your competitors, but then we need to beat them out online. Now, let's talk about the last thing that I wanted to go over with you, which is backlinks, or often called link juice. This is the third pillar that's really going to help you dominate on Google. So again, when we search for roofing Salt Lake City, if we scroll down below the map pack, we can see down here, this is called the organics listing section down here. And we can see here that your site is not ranked here as number 1 or 2, 3, sorry, 1, 2, BBB doesn't count there, 3, 4, 5, anywhere here on the first page of Google. Now, obviously, this is where we want to be. So Google statistics have shown that the top 3 businesses here get 75% of the clicks, meaning that most of your potential customers are choosing one of these first 3 results and are never making it down to your listing. And so in order to get here, you need to be able to beat out your competition in every aspect. So you need authority. So how do you get authority? Well, this is where the backlinks come into play. So simply put, a backlink is when one website links to another website online. So the easiest way to think about link juice or backlinks, thinking about it like a popularity contest back in high school. You want the coolest, most popular kid to be recommending you. So in this popularity contest, the business with the most relevant link juice or authority wins. And I do say relevant because not all backlinks are created equal. So you guys are roofers, right? Well, you wouldn't want to get a backlink from an ice cream shop linking back to you guys because you don't make ice cream. Although that would be tasty, I love me some good ice cream, that backlink would be kind of useless to you. But having a backlink from like a local blog or another industry specific site linking back to you, that would be much more effective. Now let's jump over here again into my Ahrefs tool. Let's go back over here to the overview. We can see that your website's got 94 backlinks linking back to it. It's not bad. It's a great start. It's just not dominant. If we jump over here again into the number 1 comp here in Salt Lake, you can see they've got 402 backlinks pointing back to them. And some are from very strong relevant sources. So again, how do we get these? Well, here with Ahrefs, we can actually go down specifically and we can see what websites they're actually getting them from. And then we can go out and get those same links, if not better. Again, very beatable with time. So again, getting you to the top here of Google, it is not magic. It is just a tried and true method. And I've shown you that exact method here today. So again, the 3 things that you can do to help grow your online presence is focusing here on your content, getting this front page to at least 1,500 words, again with the right keywords and phrases that people are actually using in your area so that your company gets found. Second is citations. You want to make sure that you've got your name, address, and phone number listed on as many online directories to beat out your competition by a landslide. And third is backlinks. You just want to make sure that you are getting more relevant, quality backlinks pointing back to you. We want to make sure we've got these high quality and limit how many of these we're seeing here. We want to show Google that you are the authority. Now, if you implement these strategies today, you can be number 1 across Google. Now, I know how tough the market is, and I know how dependent small businesses are on third-party companies like Angie's List. I also know how painful it is to pay for leads that are shared amongst your competitors. What I have shown you today gives control over your leads and gives you an actionable plan, having clients come straight to your door without a broker in between. So I'm sure you're wondering, okay, well, what now? Well, you really have a few options. If you feel like you cannot handle any more clients every month, that is absolutely fair. If you would just send me a quick note telling me that you watched the video, tell me your thoughts, I'd really appreciate your feedback. On the other hand, if you're ready to grow, you can take this blueprint and implement these strategies on your very own today. I gave you the exact formula that businesses pay tons of dollars to have, and it's all yours to use to help your company. Now, if you found this information valuable, and if you're still one of those business owners to still raise their hands for the most effective route, simply respond to my email. We'll set up a time to chat and dive deeper into this company's specific situation. Once again, my name is Seleni, and I look forward to your email. Have a great one.